Jeremiah Haralson, 1846 to 1916, Selma, Alabama. He was born enslaved. Haralson taught himself to read and become a powerful orator. He was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives during Reconstruction, advocating fiercely for civil rights, public education, and labor protections. Unlike many Reconstruction leaders, he came from deep poverty and grassroots organizing, not elite circles. Why does he matter? He represents political courage born from bondage, not privilege. He is Jeremiah Haralson, a voice raised from chains. History often remembers power dressed in fine coats and polished words. But sometimes, rarely, history is shaped by a man who learned to speak while still wearing chains. Jeremiah Haralson was born enslaved in 1846 in Selma, Alabama. Not into privilege, not into education, and not into safety. He was born into bondage. And yet from that bondage, a voice rose, clear, unafraid, and unyielding. A mind awakened without permission. Haralson was denied the very thing that gives men leverage in the world, literacy. But oppression underestimated him. He taught himself to read, quietly, dangerously, and defiantly. Each word learned was an act of resistance. Each sentence understood was a step toward freedom before freedom ever arrived. When emancipation came, Haralson did not wait for permission to matter. He stepped into public life, not polished by institutions, but hardened by survival. From bondage to the halls of power. During Reconstruction, a fragile, dangerous, hope-filled moment in American history, Jeremiah did something almost unthinkable. He ran for office. Not backed by elite sponsors and not lifted by inherited status, but carried forward by working people, by freedmen, and by those who recognized one of their own. And he won. Jeremiah Haralson became a United States Congressman, a man once owned by the law, now helping to right it. A fierce advocate for the forgotten. In Congress, Haralson did not soften his voice to make others comfortable. He fought for civil rights when doing so invited violence. Public education, knowing knowledge was the true battleground. Labor protections, because freedom without economic dignity is fragile. He spoke not as an academic theorist, but as a man who had felt hunger, fear, and exhaustion in his bones. His courage did not come from ideology, it came from memory. Reconstruction was brief, and backlash was brutal. White supremacy reasserted itself through law, terror, and erasure. Men like Haralson was pushed aside, silenced, and written out of textbooks. He did not die wealthy, and he did not die celebrated, but he did not fail. Because success is not measured only by how long power is held, but by whether truth was spoken when silence was safer. So why does Jeremiah Haralson still matter? He matters because he proved something essential. That political courage does not require pedigrees. That leadership can rise from poverty. That democracy, when it works, can briefly lift the very people it once crushed. He represents a generation that stepped out of slavery and immediately reached for justice, not revenge and not dominance, but participation. He reminds us that America's struggle toward its ideals was not driven only by presidents and generals, but by men who taught themselves to read by candlelight and dared to speak in rooms that once excluded them. Jeremiah Haralson did not inherit power. He claimed responsibility. And though history tried to forget him, his life is still asking us a question. What will we do with the freedoms he fought for and the voice he risked everything to use? Because once a man speaks truth after bondage, silence is never an option again. Amen and amen. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. God bless you and have a good day.